thanks for tuning in to Bike Hike Botany. Today we are in Heredia at Cerro Dantas, which borders on the Braulio Carillo National Park. It's quite a trek to get out here. The roads are quite terrible and you have to walk quite a ways to get to the entrance of the reserve on a pretty rough trail, so there's no car access out here. So we finally made it after about 2 kilometers on the trail, and this place is just absolutely amazing.
It's just getting here is a big adventure. Actually, it took out us all morning. We drove for
3
a little
hours.
over 2 and some hours, almost 3 hours.
Almost 3 hours.
Then we've now hiked in here for another hour. So this is truly in the middle of nowhere. There's no houses out here. You have to hike for quite a long period of time, where you'll see the odd campesino farmer out here, but very few.
But we did come across a couple that was hiking, and I guess they had stayed here overnight or something. So, but other than that, there's really nobody out here. But we've made it to Cerro Dantas, and there is some sort of facility up here. So we're gonna go check it out and pay our park fee. And the one thing we're really hoping to see today are tapirs or dantas or
tapirs. Tapers,
well,
dantas. In English, I guess they pronounce it tapers. In Spanish, tapir.
Tapir.
And locally, they're more also known as dantas, which is the name of this park.
Yeah.
This is a endangered animal. There's, I believe, 4 or 5. There's some dispute species worldwide. We have here in Central America the Baird's tapir, which is all of Central America to Colombia. These are huge animals, 150 to 300 kilos.
You can see it on the sign over there.
A lot of people say they look like anteaters or aardvarks, but they're not at all related to that. They're actually related to horses and hippos.
Rhinos.
Rhinos, sorry.
Horses and rhinos.
They're related to horses and rhinos.
Which is super interesting.
They require a lot of space to roam, so they are endangered, but here in Costa Rica you can see them in a few different areas. So super excited. This is like on the bucket list for us. Hopefully we'll see them. It's difficult to see them. So
yeah, they're nocturnal.
We're not going to see them, but it's on our list. And if we don't see them today, this is a mission that we have on this station, to find and see dantas and tapirs and film it and bring it back to you. So
yeah, but otherwise this place is just beaming with life, and there's so much plant life, birds and butterflies. So yeah, I think this is going to be an excellent hike.
They say it has over 4,000 species of plants, and that it is a center for epiphytic plants. So that's the other thing that's great we're looking forward to.
Great. So let's go. Beautiful flowers lining the pathway. Ooh, okay, so mucky here. I'm really glad I got some new hikers, because they're already completely full of mud. This is like very boggy, very mucky, as you can see. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Interesting. Okay, so the person who greeted us at the entrance to the reserve told us there's 3 trails. One that's 3.5 kilometers and the other one is 6.5 kilometers. And there's this shorter trail that leads to a waterfall. So we're starting out with this one. I think he said this is only a few hundred meters. So let's hope there's a nice waterfall. Ooh. Oh, yeah, look at that. Got my leg wet. Mucky. We're gonna be dirty after this, I have a feeling.
This is the most remote of the places we've gone to, for sure.
Yeah.
And the most wild.
Definitely.
And difficult already.
Alright, so we made it to one of the waterfalls. It's really beautiful. Richard had a little bit of a fall and hurt his side, so we're assessing to make sure he didn't break anything.
It's a pretty treacherous trail, and I just sort of slipped on the side and hit my ribs on some trees, so I think I'm okay.
All right. Oh, see, that's what happens. This is the muckiest, boggiest trail
So
ever that we've ever been on.
This is obviously rainy season and we're in the rainforest, and they told us basically it never gets dry here. Never dries out completely. Rains every day basically.
Yeah. So we should expect it to be muddy.
Muck.
Check this out. Whoa! Like a giant philodendron, and it's producing flower or inflorescence. So this is huge. Like, check it out compared to the size of my hand. Over here we have these beautiful plants. I think this is a peperomia. Like everything, I'll have to look it up and find the proper ID. Over here we have another type of philodendron. We saw some large ones like this on our way in, and they kind of remind me of a philodendron grandipes. This one we've seen quite a lot all the way up here, and that's probably my favorite one I've seen so far this morning.
Wow. Beautiful
Ooh.
views.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I saw these begonias on the way up here. So these are really different than other kinds that I've seen before. It has a really nice red stem and it has beautiful long and slender leaves. I love that. Giving you guys an idea of what the trail actually looks like here. It's pretty crazy.
Okay, it's not a surprise that bromeliads collect water. They use their shape to as a cone, because the tree branch is falling on the ground. You get to see it normally, so you'd be very high up, and you can see collecting all the water in there.
Wow, there's a waterfall over there in the distance. We're not going to be able to get to there, not through this way. This is some sort of anthurium. I love it. It has these really long pendant leaves. Beautiful. Oh, and there's the tiny little inflorescence. All right, I just stumbled upon something that I believe is a begonia. It's very pretty. Yeah, has this kind of dark red stem, and then the new leaves that are coming out have this reddish tint. And backside is this beautiful burgundy color. Very pretty. Okay, some more begonias over here. These are quite different than the last ones I saw. Beautiful. The back side of these begonias has tiny hairs, as do the stems. I don't know if you can see that. And the leaf on the top side feels very glossy, very smooth. Okay, so I saw this plant earlier when we first came onto the trail. I just find it really cute. Has these really pretty leaves with a Nice contrasting stripe running down the middle. Okay, so we've come across two very beautiful anthuriums. This one's really beautiful. It's covered in moss. It has like kind of a rough corrugated texture. And this one up here has more pendulum-like leaves. And it also has this beautiful little inflorescence right here. Oh yeah, and this one too. So probably one is a male, one's a female. This actually looks like it's going to produce seeds. Oh, oh no. So mucky. I think I've just seen the coolest thing ever. For real.
What's that?
I've seen the coolest thing ever. Okay, obviously it's gonna help us identify the plant. Cause like, check out that thing coming out from the center. Right, what is that? So is this maybe an orchid? Or some type of epiphytic plant? Isn't that fantastic? That's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Check out the size of these. Wow.
Whoa, what's that? Yeah, that's pretty boss.
Philodendron. Look at the top part of it too, where the leaves are coming out.
Give you an idea. Let me give you a little perspective.
This is really bossy. Alright. Made it.
Oh yeah! This is very complicated.
Yep. I just found this frog. I don't want to scare it away. I want to try to get a good picture. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so we've just come across animal tracks, and I don't know what that is. If I put my hand next to it, you can see the size. So I'm gonna say it's like 2.5 inches wide.
It's a bigger footprint than our 17-kilo dog.
Yeah, definitely. Might be a cat.
It
Could
looks
be a
to
wild
me
cat.
like it's a wild cat.
We've reached a pretty crazy part of the trail. It's really vertical. Gnarly tree roots everywhere, and they've like hung this, I don't know what this is, a hammock rope. Help us get down. Yeah, it's pretty treacherous. But it's really cool because I get to see what lies on the treetops, which is really neat.
Tarzan.
Yeah. Oh, don't attempt that. Yeah. Please don't.
So if you're wondering how this trail is, there's a lot of this.
Yeah.
Quite difficult.
And we're both mucky and dirty. So already this section of the trail is very welcoming because it's relatively flat, and what we've been trekking through for the last hour has been pretty crazy. Yeah, it's a pretty treacherous trail, so I think the way back might be a little easier, or at least let's hope. We got up at 4:30 this morning and I had to drive for 3 hours. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired today. And this hike's doing me in for sure. It's probably the hardest hike we've been on so far. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. The temperature is nice.
And
Beautiful.
The most injury prone one as well.
It's beautiful, but it's the roughest trail, and that's what's made it really hard.
Yeah.
And it's up and down and stuff, but it's really how...
But look, that's what the trail looks like.
See, yeah.
It's just crazy.
Super slippery.
Yeah, I believe it. We've slipped quite a lot today. All right. So mucky. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. We're exhausted, but this place was really amazing. I have to come back here. Hope you guys enjoyed that today. We saw some amazing philodendrons, some epiphytic plants, some begonias and anthuriums and all sorts of stuff.
Frogs.
So yeah, frogs. As always, we really appreciate you guys tuning in, and if you enjoy our kind of content, please hit the subscribe button. This really helps us to reach a greater audience and helps us with the algorithms. And don't forget to hit the like button and hit those notifications so that you're notified every time we have a new video coming out. So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time. On the road again. Do, 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 do. I forgot to tell you guys this too. So on the way, there's actually a few bridges you have to cross, and they're the sketchiest bridges I've ever seen in my life. So you can see it's just this flimsy sheet metal with a cable underneath. All right, there's the river right down there. I don't want to go down there. It's really wonky, it's really wobbly, and it makes me cringe. If you ever plan to come out here, you're very aware of what kind of terrain you're crossing. This one's really sketchy. It scares me. Like, that's pretty freaking scary. I mean, I'm just gonna say it's like really scary. I don't want to fall down there. This place is pretty picture perfect. Hey? Yeah. It's quite beautiful.